I'm Christy Torres. You're the baby Christies. Now let's get into the video. Hey baby Christies, thanks for clicking back on another video. If you're new here, hey, what's up? My name is Christy. You are a baby Christy for clicking on this video, and forever will remain a baby Christy. If you're not already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me out so much. But again, another story time. Now, if you're from New Haven, you know that the Green is a very populated area. So it was me and my cousin, and we're in the Green, and we're waiting for the bus, you know, because we was broke. We had to do that bus stuff. We had to ride the bus and stuff like that because we didn't have rides to where we were going. At this point, we were going to the mall. And so basically, we're waiting for the bus, and it's not that late. It's about like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but it was like winterish time, so it was really dark. And me and my cousin, we went in. I think we were gonna go see a movie, and yeah, so we were waiting for the bus, and then some guys come up to us. Mind you, guys are always like that. Guys are always thirsty. They always want to come up to a female when they look good. So they come up to us and they're like, hey, how are you? And we're like, fine. And we turn around. Like, if you're not from New Haven, then you probably don't do this. But a lot of people in New Haven, like, we don't like to communicate because communication leads to something misleading. When I say that, I mean, like, well, me personally, when I say that, I don't want to lead nobody on. Like, if I say good and turn around, I don't want to talk to you. And, like, people over here have a certain look. Once they have a certain look, they're either bad, drug dealers, somebody picking for a fight, or some thirsty people. And in our situation, it was basically hood kids, and I guess they found us as an easy target. I don't know, but there were hood kids. You like, they have a certain look to them, obviously. Like, if you lived here all your life, you know what they look like, and you know how they talk and stuff. So they were like, hey, what's up? We were like, good, and turned around. Then his boy was like, yo, we talking to you. And me with my attitude, I turned around. I was like, okay, and I don't want to talk to you. And then he was like, oh, who you talking to? Boy, I'm talking to you. All right, I'm talking to you. Like, over here in New Haven, everybody's so hostile. Like, you always gotta clap back, or else they like try to push themselves on you. And I wasn't having that. I definitely was not having that. So he's still trying to talk to us. And when you in New Haven, when you decline somebody and you're like, nah, like, chillax, like, I don't want to talk to you, and like, yeah, obviously going back and forth, the boys seem to get upset. So after, like, we turned around and we didn't want to talk to them, they're like, I fuck you, like, da 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 da. Like, why are you mad because we don't want to talk to you? We have important things to do. Like, we're not gonna be here stuck in no love triangle with y'all, nothing. So I hear his friend and was like, he was basically saying, yo, screw them, let's just take their stuff and leave. So I heard that, and I told my cousin. I looked at my cousin. I was like, hold your stuff tight. And then she was like, why? Mind you, she's not from here. So she was like, why? I was like, because I know what they about to do. So it's either hold your stuff tight or we're running. And so I grabbed my purse, and when it's on the side of you, when my purse was on the side of me, and I pushed it to the front. And I was like, hold your stuff, because I'm not running. And then she was like, oh, they're not going to do nothing. I dare them to, da 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 da. And I was like, okay, like, that's what you say now. But long behold, they grabbed her stuff and ran. So I'm like, bro, I told you. And she started running after them. I can't leave her by herself with like 4 men. You feel me? So I start running with her. We running. And I guess they tried to hop this fence, but they couldn't. So that's how we caught up to them. And she like, I don't know how she did it, but she like jumped and grabbed her purse. And she was like trying to get it from him. And I'm like, whoa, like, that's a whole man. Like, you're not gonna get your purse by yourself. So, you know, I'm running. I go up and I start hitting him, you know, trying to get her purse. But then he got other boys. There's only 2 females, 4 men. So they're like pulling us and all, like they're pulling hair, they're pulling us off of him, like they're doing their best to get us off of that one guy. And I was like, we'll get off of you once you give her purse. Like at this point I had him in a headlock and she kept punching his side. His friends pulling my hair, pulling me by my clothes, trying to get me off of him. Mind you, in New Haven, especially the Green, people will see a situation and just walk by you. They just walk by you. They don't care. And by this time, our bus already passed. So we missed the bus. We missed the movie. So we're still fighting for our purse. We're still fighting for our purse. We swinging, hitting, cursing, you know, doing everything we got to do. And then he finally lets go. But she realized that he had her wallet. It wasn't in her purse. So she starts running after them again. And I'm like, sis, like, chillax. It's just a purse. And it's not like she kept money or her cards in her purse. She just kept it there for like gift cards and all that nonsense stuff. She had like a little mini wallet that she kept outside that had everything else important in it. So I was just like, it's just a purse, like just leave it. It's nothing good in there. They're gonna realize that. And her gift cards were on 0 anyway. So she goes running for him again. And at this point I'm like, listen, you running for him, I'm walking towards him. I'm not running no more. I'm not running. It's just a wallet. Like, you don't need it. So that happens. And then I catch up to them. They're all arguing again. She's like, get my wallet. Get my wallet. Da, 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 da. Spazzing on them. And then I see this guy pull something out his pocket. I'm like, hold on. This don't look right. My first thought is to run. You feel me? Like, my first thought is to run. So, me being the person that I am, didn't even run. And I was like, I gotta stick by her. She can't do this by herself. Like, that's how my mind was thinking. So, that happened. And then, what happened out after? Oh, he pulled out a gun, basically. And he was pointing it at her. I was like, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. By this time, I already took a picture of all of them. So, I knew. I don't know why. Most people don't think like me, but when situations like this happen, like, I either take a picture of your face, your license plate. I take pictures of stuff that the cops will know. Or I take a whole video of the whole thing and I go scene by scene. Who was it? What were they doing in that time period? So, by the time I already took a picture, I had the picture with him and the gun and all that. So I was like, I already got pictures of you. The cops are gonna find you. I was like, I dare you to shoot that gun. Like, 5 people will come for you. Like, I was going off. And then they threw her wallet. And then we carry on. Like, we get up. Nobody asked if we were okay. Nobody helped. Nobody did nothing. You feel me? Like, people are really shysty out here. So after that, we have to wait for the next bus. Mind you, I think it was a Sunday and the buses come every hour. So instead of waiting 1 hour, we had to wait 2 hours because our bus literally passed. So we waiting. By the time we had to reschedule what movie we were watching. And yeah, so we waiting for the bus or whatever. And we get on the bus. Usually buses, especially in the winter time, kids like to go to the mall to like be with their friends and all that, especially in the wintertime. I mean, summertime it gets packed, but wintertime everybody's looking for something to do and somewhere to go. You know, you can't be outside. So they went to the mall. And this is when, okay, it was really packed. The bus was really packed. Me and her found a seat where we could sit together. And every time the bus is packed, there's always a problem on the bus. Always a problem on the bus. So what happened was we sitting down, and I guess my cousin, like, her foot hit somebody. I don't know. Like, okay, you know when you're sitting down and your feet are out and somebody might have just like walked by you and hit your foot? Like, it's not like she had her foot all the way out, you feel me? Like, her foot was in, but I guess somebody hit her foot or she hit their foot, and a whole argument popped out. I'm like, listen, you're taking it, like, I'm more of the person that talks before anything. So They were coming at my cousin, and I'm like, oh, what happened? They're like, oh, her fat ass, she didn't want to move her foot and all that nonsense. And I'm like, oh, she probably, by mistake, her foot was out and you probably hit it, or it was probably by accident. And that person just did not want to drop it. So they were arguing back and forth, and then this girl gets disrespectful. This girl stands up, in her face, she's like, da 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 da. And I'm like, hold on, like, we did not just go through something to come on a bus and go through something again. So I'm telling the girl, I'm like, you could just drop it. It's something with feet. Like, come on. It's not like she sat there and punched you in your face. It's not like that. And the girl, she just didn't want to drop it. And I'm like, whatever. And I told my cousin, I looked at my cousin, I was like, we fighting and leaving? Or you gonna sit here and take this throughout the whole mall? Mind you, she's in her face like, oh, you touched me, you did this, you did that. So I told my cousin, I was like, either we fight her and we just jump off the bus and go home, or we're gonna stay on this bus and she's gonna be in your face, not knowing what she's gonna do. And I was like, make up your mind now, because once we get too far, we're gonna have to catch another bus to get home. So she was like, I'll just stay on the bus, I'm gonna ignore her, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, ignore her. We'll see how far this goes. So we're like halfway to the mall. We're on the post road already. So it's like halfway to get there. We're by like Target. And the girl's still yapping her mouth. Like, like somebody always has to do something for show. Yep, this girl's on her phone. Oh, she want to touch me. She thinks she could touch me. She always got to do something on purpose. Like, these females don't know who I am. I'll smack them. Like, on her phone, talking to herself. Mind you, she was with nobody. Like, everybody's just looking at her like, all right, can you shut up? Situation's over. Can you shut up? Like, that's how everybody's looking at her. And then my cousin's talking to me. But it was about, like, something completely different. This was, like, something about her nephew or something like that. And I guess the girl thought she was talking about her. And she was like, oh, what did you say? But she cursed, obviously. She's like, what the F did you say? And then I looked. I was like, you're talking to her? And then she was like, mind your business. I'm talking to her. And I looked at her. I was like, I'm not minding my business. Obviously, this is my family. Like, first off, she wasn't even talking about you. Second of all, stop being insecure, thinking that everything is about you. And then she's like, oh, you don't know who I am? And I was like, okay, you don't know who I am. And then she was like, oh, I'll get my people. And I was like, okay, and I'll get my people. And then she was going on and on and on. She was like, don't make me get up and hit you. Like, trying to come at me. And me, I argue like I talk. So, like, me talking right now, that's how I argue. Like, I'll be like, okay, but you're not doing nothing. Like, that's how I argue. Unless I'm really mad. But she was trying to come at me. And then she was like, oh, don't make me get up and hit you. I was like, the time you get up and you swing at me, it's on. And then she was like, oh, are you threatening me? I was like, I never threaten you, but if you put your hands on me, then something's going down. She was like, say I won't do it right now. I was like, you won't? And then she kept going. She was like, say you won't do it right now. I was like, but I just said you won't. She kept going. She was like, oh, you must not know who I am. I'll mess you and her up. Like, talking all this cuckoo crap. And I was like, okay, whatever. Let her talk. And I was being petty at this time. So I turned to my cousin. I was like, did you hear that? She said she gonna mess me up. Girl, she must not know who I am. Like, not trying to be cocky, but like, I hold up for what is, like, I hold up. That's all I'm gonna say. I hold up. But she kept going. And then I guess her bus stop was about to come up. So she stood up. And then she said, she called us the B word. I'm not trying to curse so much in my videos anymore, just so you know. So she was like, oh, y'all a whole bunch of B's. And I was like, oh, you're funny. So she decided to walk, trying to get off her, at her stop. And I was like, let me be petty. So she was trying to walk and I put my foot out and she tripped. And I was like, oops, sorry. And then she got up and she tried spitting at me. Like, she tried spitting at me, but it didn't hit me, it hit the person next to me. Mind you, I don't know who that person is. And that person got upset and she started cursing. And I was like, listen, like, you just try to spit at me? Alright, so I told my cousin, I was like, let's get off. She was like, oh, but we're almost there. I was like, okay, we could catch the next bus. Let's get off. So we get off. And I go up to the girl, I'm like, you try to spit at me? You try to spit at me? And then she was like, okay, but you tripped me, like trying to come at me. She was like, oh, don't make me put my stuff down and rock you. And I'm like, okay, put your stuff down because I want my one. You try to spit at me and I want my one. So she put your stuff down. She was like, oh, hold up. And she grabbed her phone. Mind you, it's only me and my cousin. So I'm like, why you grabbing your phone? You feel me? Like, it's only me trying to come at you. Only me trying to come at you. Because I know my cousin, she's not going to jump in. Like, we don't do that. So she got her phone. She's like, oh, TT, this girl trying to come for me. She trying to jump me. Da-da-da-da-da. And then she was like, oh, I'm over here. Come here in 5 minutes. I'm like, bet. It's time for me to whoop your butt in 5 minutes. End it. Because ain't nobody jumping me, girl. Ain't nobody jumping me. So, alright. I'm stalling now. Okay. So, after that happened, she hung up the phone. And she was like, oh, I got something for you. I was like, okay, and I got something for you. And I don't know what was in my head. I just, like, ran up to her and started swinging. Hit her. And then I think I had, like, pulled her hair. And I, like, brung her to the ground. Because, like, I wasn't trying to fight for that long. So, I just grabbed her hair. And I made her fall, basically. So, I made her fall. And then I started kicking her ribs in, like, doing what I gotta do. Luckily, there was a bus that passed by. But, like, this is a little bit after the situation, so let me just keep going. After I hit her and I kicked her, we both started running. And, we were running, I would say, like, a couple stores down. Like, we were about 8 stores down. And there's this bus coming. Luckily, there was a bus stop there. So we stopped, we were waving our hands like, come get us. And then we got on the bus. And they were like, why were you guys running? And I was like, oh, to catch the bus. You know, you gotta play it off. So we were like, oh, we're trying to catch the bus. And then he was like, oh, okay. So we made it to our movie on time. Our movie was at like 8. We switched it to like 8. So we had a lot of time to go shopping and stuff like that. And we had a good day. After that, we went to the movies. We grabbed something to eat. We called a ride home. We didn't have to deal with the buses. Like, everything just fell into place. Yeah, it was a really good day after that. A lot of crazy stuff happens. And that's really it for my video, because that's all that really happened that day. Right, thanks for tuning in for another video. You guys know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for becoming a baby Christy if you're new here, and if you've already been here, thanks for staying a baby Christy.